people just can't like have a little fun. They're so busy hating Donald Trump and hating the right. Like they can't just acknowledge that these are all jokes and it's just fun. It's just a little bit of friendly ribbing to our neighbor to the north. But people like Harry Sisson are just hall monitors and miserable, awful people.
The Liberal Party of Canada said for anyone who may be confused, and then Canada is not the United States, and then the U.S. is the U.S., I don't think they understand what conquest means. Like
we don't get a say.
Yeah, exactly. We are well aware that you think you're sovereign, Canada, and we're coming. And the funny thing is, we will be greeted as liberators.
I mean, there's at least a couple provinces.
My truckers.
That can be like,
a couple truckers. Trucks will love us. Farmers
The
will love
truckers
us.
will be honking and cheering as the Americans come in, and they're like, you now have a Bill of Rights.
Like,
yeah, I
thank
think
God.
the people that will have the most problem with it is the French in Quebec.
Yeah.
Because they don't even like Canada, never mind the United States being in charge.
Well, no, what we do is when the U.S. conquers Canada by literally declaring it and walking in, is like, well, let's be real, what would happen? And I'm half kidding. I'm only half kidding. But what we do is we remove the Canadian government, reform it as an American constitutional style liberal democracy. They call it. I don't mean liberal, but it's called a liberal democracy.
Gotcha.
And then Quebec becomes its own nation with its own American style constitutional democracy, and then we leave. Goodbye.
yeah.
They would probably be way better off than they are now.
What do you think Pierre plays into this?
He would love
Well,
it.
you saw what he tweeted, right?
Yeah.
No, fill me in.
He said Canada will never be a part of America. You know, I stand by blah blah blah. Let me pull up. He's great.
I mean, I understand the national pride. That's fair on his aspect. I would be saying the same thing.
That's the right answer if
Yeah,
you're looking to be
yeah.
the prime minister.
So
you know?
here's what he responded with. He said, Canada will never be the 51st state, period. We're a great and independent country. We're the best friend of the U.S. We spent billions of dollars and hundreds of lives helping Americans retaliate against al-Qaeda's 9/11 attacks. We supplied the U.S. with billions of dollars of high quality and totally reliable energy well below market price. We buy hundreds of billions of dollars of American goods. Our weak and pathetic NDP liberal government has failed to make these obvious points. I will fight for Canada. When I am Prime Minister, we will rebuild our military and take back control of the border to secure both Canada and the U.S. We will take back control of our Arctic to keep Russia and China out. We will axe taxes, slash red tape, and rapidly greenlight massive resource projects to bring home paychecks and production to our country. In other words, we will put Canada first. He did spell paychecks wrong. I just want to point that out for everybody.
Probably the French.
It's a Frenchie.
Yep. Gunther Eagleman says, hey, Pierre, cooperation is appreciated, not required. Didn't you push for tyrannical COVID mandates? Don't think we didn't watch as you towed the line, too. We will make you a territory, and you won't be able to do anything about it. Adrienne Curry says, you are the size of California and populous and exist because America permits it.
Yes.
Unless you'd rather be China's
Yes.
bitch.
Good call, Adrian. I'm sure she's in the chat now.
I like Pierre, though.
Call on that.
We do think he's a real deal?
I don't know. I've seen a couple of videos that are good. I'm not big in Canadian politics because they're less consequential than New Jersey.
Agreed. I just have seen some comparisons to like Javier Milei, and I'm like, let's pull it back
easy,
here.
Easy, Tiger.
Those are big shoes to fill.
Serious, like Milei, like Pierre's not going to go in and cut whatever 7 or 8 different government agencies. Like that's not happening. I mean,
Things that I would sacrifice or give up if we had Milei in our government. Just even if only for a week, for him to come in and afuera a whole bunch of these bureaucracies. But to be fair, I'm hoping DOGE fulfills this role.
fingers crossed.
Yeah, that's my biggest fear is it doesn't happen. And look, my whole pitch is this: the battle is going to be simply DOGE versus the swamp, and everybody out there thinks they know which of these politicians are on which side. You will be surprised when some of these battles come out. There are going to be people that have been saying they were Doge for an entire year, and not the ones that you're thinking. I'm not talking to Lindsey Graham's. You'll have some of these Republican congressmen who always talk a big game, but Elon and Vivek have to make it very clear where is the battle, which bills, because the swamp is going to do everything they can to just distort. I mean, this first battle with the CR, if you don't think the swamp's not coming back with the same stuff, thank God for Grok.
Doesn't Trump want an omnibus now?
Yes.
Yes, but I think he wants it. Look, everybody loves an omnibus if it has all your goodies in it.
That's right.
Right? So, yeah, he's pushing for that. He's also said maybe multiple bills. But I don't care. I just want DOGE. If they're going to do real things, let's say they're going to actually cut departments. Let's say they're going to say we're going to cut spending. Even 1% would be a record if it's actual cuts.
Yes,
of 1%.
it would be the most libertarian thing that has happened to the federal government in at least the past 40 years, probably ever.
And let's say they say, hey, we're going to cut 10% of the staff of the bureaucracy, right?
That is earth-shaking.
Getting that in a clear, simple, not necessarily simple package, but having it where it's like, hey, this is the battle. If you have a battle every week, it's going to be tough to mobilize against the swamp. And so that's where you just need that Musk precision on some of these DOGE versus swamp battles.
I can't believe I have to clarify this, but we are not seriously suggesting the U.S. invade and conquer Canada. Like, it's a joke. We're making fun of the frailty of the Canadian government. Trump simply posted on Truth Social about tariffs on Canada, and it destroyed the Liberal Party leadership. We don't have to do much to make Canada do what we want them to do. I don't want Canada to be part of the U.S. either.
To be fair, like the Liberal Party and Trudeau have done so much damage to themselves over the past, however long Trudeau's been the prime minister. Like, they have done so much damage that it doesn't take much to cause great damage, because he's historically unpopular, if I understand correctly.
Yeah, he's like 28% or something. Yeah. Nuts.
But back to what you were saying about an omnibus bill. Yeah. I was talking, me and Cliff were talking. I think that it's okay because if you want to get things like the wall built, want to get actual change to the policies regarding the border, if you want to get that kind of stuff and you put it in an omnibus bill, the omnibus bills are more likely to pass. They're going to have more stuff that you don't like, but they're going to have all the stuff that you do. And if you have it broken up into multiple bills, you're going to have a harder time getting these bills passed. Again, I bring up the makeup of the Senate and the House. The Republicans have a razor thin lead. So what's going to happen to get anything done, it's going to have to be through working with the other side. We just don't have the votes to shove stuff through. I wish we did, and I would love it if we did. This is not some kind of endorsement of having a bunch of pork in the bill, but if you want real change with the border and with immigration, put it in an omnibus and then let the Democrats stuff it with pork. I hate it. I know I hate it, but the bill will pass. If you really care about fixing the border and really care about building the wall, you're going to have to work. You're going to have to deal with them.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.